did I decide to buy a home in 2023?
I need you in the morning, but I need you now. Yeah. I find I give you what you need. I know what you like. I feel it coming.
Let's see how this is. Child. All right, y'all. All right. I bought a house. I bought a house in 1 month. So I'm going to go through the steps of what I did to get this house that I'm sitting in right now. So the first thing I did, well, I didn't really do. My friend did. She took videos of the house that I wanted, that she thought I wanted. And she knows me so well because it's the house I bought. But my friend is a realtor. What is that? Okay. My phone was messed up. So my friend is a realtor. And yeah, she works for this company, this building company. And she was able to take a video of a house that she saw that she thought I might like. And I did like the house. So the very next day, I think it was the next day or either the day after that, I went to go see the house. So she showed me the model of the home, and she also showed me the actual home that I would probably be buying, or most likely be buying, which I actually did buy. And when she was showing me the actual home that I was going to buy, it wasn't finished, of course. She told me it was going to be like a couple more weeks until it was done. It was almost complete, to be honest. But after she showed me the home, I was like, yeah, girl, I want this house. Because guess what? I didn't want nobody else to get it. I wanted that house. And it was a corner house. So I had more yard space. She told me that. I had more yard space, okay? I wanted that house. And nobody else is going to get it. So, yeah. I gave her my, what is that thing called? Earnest money. I gave her my earnest money. And my earnest money they were having a deal going on with the company. And so earnest money was just $1. So I just wrote out a check for $1 and gave it to her that day. And that secured my spot in having that home. So I gave her the earnest money. Boom, that's my house. She sent me the paperwork for her company on her end. Sign that paperwork. And then, yeah, maybe like a couple weeks later, I would say like 3 weeks later, 3 to 4 weeks later, I was able to do my home orientation. So I did my home orientation with her and the builder. Yeah, and that took about, I want to say like 10 minutes. It didn't take that long. And we were putting the blue tape on the imperfections of the house that they wanted to do and fix before I actually got in the home. And then the very next day, I signed paperwork with the attorney. Signed paperwork with the attorney. Boom, my house. My house within 1 month, y'all. 1 month. So my house within 1 month. After I signed the paperwork with the attorney, I came back to my house to, take another video, look at my house. Fun fact, when I turned the key into my lock, it would not open my door, my front door. So I had to walk around the house and go in the back door. And yeah, I went through that way. But the builder and the company was able to fix that like a couple of days later. They were able to switch the locks in the meantime. But yeah, they were able to fix that after a while. And dang, I'm shaking this thing, ain't it? But yeah, the process was pretty easy. For my first home, I bought it within 1 month. Starting in January, got my house in February. It's March 2nd now. Yeah, it's March 2nd now. And I've been in this house for maybe a couple of weeks at this point. It's pretty empty. I ain't gonna lie. Very empty. But yeah. So, why did I decide to buy a home in 2023? Because everyone is telling you not to buy a home. Right? Yes, because they told me that. They were trying to talk me out of it. But I think it all depends on where you live in your location. I live in the South. I'm from Alabama, you guys. The housing, I wouldn't say, the housing here is a lot lower than somewhere, let's say California. So if I was going to buy a home in 2023, Alabama was probably one of the best places to buy a home, in my opinion. That might be wrong, but I would rather buy a home here than $1 million home, $1 million shack up in California. I ain't gonna lie. But so I definitely wanted to buy a home. One, because I was tired of renting. Y'all, renting prices were going up. The apartment that I was staying in before I bought this home was pretty reasonable. The pricing was very reasonable, but once people were renting more, then they were increasing those renting prices. So they were increasing my apartment for $200. I heard other people's like $600, $400, $600. But I moved out of my apartment into my parents' home, stayed there for a while, and yeah, before I bought this home. But another reason that I decided to buy a house is because I wanted to build equity, to be on that track of building wealth for myself. So I wanted to buy a home to start that process. I wanted to buy a home and start that process. But the last and final one was privacy. Y'all, I am a 28-year-old woman, soon to be 29, and living in my parents' home. It didn't last long because I was either going to rent or buy a house. But in that meantime, I was staying in my parents' home. I needed to get out, okay? I needed to leave. It was time to go. Yes, I love saving money, but I like privacy as well. Why was I scared to buy a home? One, the mortgage loan. Oh my God. The more I think about it, I get scared every time I think about it. So the mortgage loan, that scared me. You're taking a loan out. That's a large amount of money you're taking a loan out for. You got to pay back plus interest. But I didn't try to, once somebody explained mortgage to me and everything like that and building equity, then the fear sort of went away. So after I was able to get over that fear, I was able to buy a home. Another reason why I was scared was for security. I live by myself. There are many ways to get into this house. So when I live in an apartment, there's only one way in and one way out. But just having multiple doors in a place that I stay at just scared me. But once somebody explained to me as well that there are different security options and stuff like that, that's when the fear started to go away as well. So another reason why I was scared was responsibility. I had to take care of a whole house, not just the inside of the house, but the outside of the house too. I'm in a, what's it called? What is it called? I'm in a neighborhood that has homeowners association. So with homeowners association, most of the time they just want your to pay your dues and then make sure your house looks up to par with the whole neighborhood, so it looks uniform. So I have to keep my grass cut. I have to make sure the outside of my house looks nice and everything like that. That scared me. That's responsibility. But child, I ain't finna do that if I ask my daddy or call somebody to do it, because I ain't finna do it. I ain't finna do the maintenance on the outside of this house. There's just people for that, okay? There are people for that. But yeah. So let's go back over. Why did I decide to buy a house? One, renting prices were going up. Two, I wanted to build equity for my life and for my future and for my future kids. I wanted to increase my wealth in the future. That's why I wanted to buy a house. Three, privacy. I needed privacy, y'all. I was living in my parents' house. I needed privacy. And why was I scared? Number one, Mortgage loan. That's a huge loan I'm taking out. But once somebody explained to me the reason behind it and not to be so scared about it. And then also too, you can sell your home. You don't have to keep it. You can sell it. Now, the real issue comes in to when to sell that house. Because you don't want to lose money. So you just got to make sure you sell it at the right time. Look at the housing market. And then 2 was security. I just needed to know that I was safe living by myself. And number 3, the responsibility and fear of the new. Fear of the new. I've never bought a house before. But I'm excited. It's something that I own. I can't wait for this journey. I can't wait to decorate. I can't wait to put furniture in this home. I can't wait to have family over. I cannot wait to throw parties at this house. Small parties. But I'm excited. This is why I bought a house in 2023. Don't let anybody else determine your future, determine your decisions and what decisions you make in your life, okay? Do what you want to do. Don't listen to nobody else. And if you buy that house and somebody say, why did you do that? That was stupid. Well, look at them and say, well, it's mine and I own it. Period.
Intellectual murder people edition. Cock and fire full of gun like Remington. Fully charged up, he got fi kill a man. Ratty gang fi me gang, pussy run up if you want. Kryptonite coming out of the muscle fighting at the middle of the night to make the place get lies.